What's up, everyone? Welcome to Max Public Land Hunting Outdoors Survival Channel, all-around outdoor channel. Today we're going to talk about battery-powered chainsaws. This is a Stihl MSA 120, awesome little saw. Why battery saws? Well, why not? Let me tell you something. These things, they're convenient, they're quiet. Let me tell you something. I use it around the house, cutting little stuff up. I have a 16-inch gas Stihl chainsaw, and I have a 18-inch Stihl gas chainsaw. I haven't even broke out the 16-inch. It's a 180 MS 180 since I got this, and I've had this about 2.5 years. It's sitting in the shed, not used. It's just so convenient. And now it's not as strong as the 180, but for what I do around the house, it does everything I need to do around the house. Limbs, small stuff. I've even cut 4x4 posts with this thing. It does a really good cut on them. You really don't want to cut stuff much bigger than that, but it's just convenient. It's quiet. You don't bother the neighbors. You don't have to mix the gas. You just have to keep the battery charged. So anyway, in the outdoors, a lot of times I use it on hunting land because it's quiet. It doesn't bother the deers bad. Or I put it in my canoe when I'm duck hunting, when I'm floating the river duck hunting. You float in a winding river or creek, especially a small creek, and you come around and there's a tree going from one side falling to the other side, and you need to cut a few limbs off of it. You're not having to crank up, you don't have the gas smell, you're not having to crank up a gas saw in the canoe. I'm telling you, that's one of the perfect things for an outdoorsman, to keep this in the canoe. Now I'm in almost eastern North Carolina, really central, but I'm on the edge of central and eastern North Carolina. We get very little bit of snow around here. It only snows once every couple of years. We do get some ice, but anytime there's a threat of weather like that a tree may fall, because normally a big tree doesn't block the whole road. You know, it's going to fall from one side of the right of way to the other side. So usually if it does fall across the road, you can get some small limbs on one end and go around it. I put this in my truck when it's severe weather like that. It's no gas smell in the truck. All I got to do is get out and zip, 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 zip. Let's see. Now, put the oil in here. Obviously the battery is right here. This is the AK series from Stihl. We're going to compare it to the next one up, see which one cuts faster, because Stihl doesn't tell us the power on them. This is the MSA 120. I'm going to compare it to the MSA 140. Stihl says the MSA 140 is the most powerful saw in the homeowner line that uses the AK battery series. Now there are more powerful saws. The professional saws, battery saws, use the AP batteries, but Stihl doesn't tell you how powerful these are. So we're just going to see if the 140 does outcut the 120. But the battery goes in here. You got a little button. There's 4 LEDs. I'm on 3 LEDs right there, so it's got plenty of power. You push it in. That's a half cock. It won't work. Push it in all the way. Squeeze this little safety button and the trigger. It also, both of them have a blade brake. Anti-kickback. It won't start then. Pretty simple. That's about all it is to it. Oh, the quick change adjust. This is actually I have on my gas 180 as well. Just loosen this up. Turn this dial that way or this way to tighten or loosen. Tighten that back up. Flip it over. And that's how you adjust the saw. I mean, one good thing about these, you need to wear eye protection, but you really don't have to wear hearing protection. So the other one, like I said, I've had that one 2.5 years probably. This is the MSA 140. Exactly the same features. Totally exactly the same, except this one's supposed to be more powerful. So we're going to go cut a pine little log. I'm going to put it on a bench. We're going to cut it. We're going to see if there's any difference at all, because the MSA 120 costs $2.99 as a kit. This one costs, I've seen anywhere from $3.69 to $4.15 or $4.20 as a kit. So is it worth the money to get this one? This one I've never used. I've had it sitting in a box for about 9 months. So this is the only time I bought this as a backup to that one. So anyway, This is the first time this one's going to be used. Let's get busy. Let's see which one will outcut the other one, or if they do it all. Okay guys, this is the MSA 120. I'm gonna try to use the same pressure. This is about, I don't know, 7-inch diameter log. I'm gonna do 2 cuts on it, and then we're gonna do the 140, and then I'm gonna hopefully time it. I'll have to review it later to time it and do my outro later. But I'm gonna do 2 cuts. Make sure you do wear your eye protection, but like I said, you don't have to have hearing protection on this. So let's do 2 cuts with this. Okay, that's 1 cut. All right, we got 2 cuts with that. Let's get to 140 and let's see how quick it does that. Okay guys, we got the 140 now. I've run it a little bit, get some oil on the chain. But I didn't mention these are both, I've never used this 140 before. I've used the 120 a lot. But these are both brand new chains. I bought obviously the 140 never been used, so it has a brand new chain on it. The 120, I went and purchased a brand new chain for it. So we're comparing, you know, everything's even. So anyway, let's do 2 cuts with the 140. Make sure you got your eye protection on. Like I said, you don't really need hearing protection. Doesn't hurt. I'm going to do 2 cuts. Try to do the same amount of pressure. All right, there's one. Let's try to do the other one. We'll do a 3rd one on this one. Okay guys, I'll have to go take and review this footage and do part of the edit it before I do the outro to see how long these cuts take. I mean, is the extra money worth it? I didn't see a lot of difference. There could be when I get editing it. Let's go get busy and I'll see you with the outro and the results in a minute. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that little test. A perfect test. That log didn't taper, you know, for that much. I looked at it really good. It was the same diameter for that length. It didn't taper enough to be even notice. I tried to do the same pressure. They had exactly brand new chains on them, the same chain. Just the 140 is supposed to be a stronger saw than 120. In this little test, I couldn't tell that much of a difference. You can see I put the captions on what the seconds were. It's not much difference. Some of them it wasn't any difference. You know, that could be me, the pressure I'm putting, but it's probably not worth the money. The 120 sells for $2.99 as a kit. The 140 sells for anywhere I've seen from $369 up to $400 as a kit. It's probably not worth the money. I just buy the 120. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you got any comments. Let me know your experiences with the battery saws. Post them down here. Check out my other channel as well, Max Extreme River Fishing. And guys, appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.